Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to Newsroom series, the first edition for 2026. I'm Joke Rogers. Today, our focus is on the North Central, which includes the presidency. And I begin from the president's message. President Bola Tinubu has declared 2026 as the beginning of a more robust phase of economic growth for Nigeria, citing significant gains made in 2025 and outlining ambitious plans for national development. In his New Year's address to the nation, the president expressed optimism about the country's economic trajectory, highlighting a projected GDP growth and a steady decline in inflation. He said, quote, "We closed 2025 on a strong note. Despite the policies to fight inflation, Nigeria recorded a robust GDP growth each quarter, with annualized growth expected to exceed 4% for the year. We maintained trade surpluses and achieved greater exchange rate stability. Inflation declined steadily and reached below 15%, and in line with our target. In 2026, we are determined to reduce inflation further and ensure that benefits of reform reach every Nigerian household." He emphasized the importance of consolidating these gains in 2026 through continued implementation of policies aimed at building a resilient, inclusive, and sustainable economy. On fiscal matters, President Tinubu reiterated his administration's commitment to discipline and tax reform. He praised states aligning with the national tax harmonization agenda and stressed that the 2026 appropriation bill will further entrench reforms to create a fair and competitive fiscal environment. These efforts, he notes, are essential to expanding infrastructure and social investments that will drive shared prosperity. Security remained a central theme in the president's address. He acknowledged ongoing threats from terrorists and criminal elements, particularly in the northwest and northeast, and commended the armed forces for their sustained operations. President Tinubu reaffirmed his belief in decentralized policing and the role of regulated forest guards in tackling insecurity, pledging deeper cooperation with international and regional partners in 2026. President Tinubu urged all citizens to embrace unity, patriotism, and shared responsibility in building a stronger Nigeria. Staying in the nation's capital, the Archbishop of Abuja Diocese, Archbishop Ignatius Kegama, says Nigerians who have made it into the new year have every reason to thank God, as the year 2025 was very challenging for many in the country. Archbishop Kegama, who spoke at the crossover service, urged leadership at all levels to tackle the sufferings of Nigerians decisively to bring succor to the masses.
The Cathedral of Our Lady Queen of Nigeria in Area 3 of Abuja sees Catholic faithfuls from all walks of life participating in a solemn mass to usher in the new year. The Archbishop of Abuja Diocese, Archbishop Ignatius Kegama, urges government at all levels to end the sufferings of Nigerians.
We have suffered in 2025 in many ways. We beg him to take away these sufferings, the sufferings of poverty, sufferings of insecurity, hunger, the sufferings that we have experienced in different ways. We don't want to go through that again. We hope this is a brand new year, a gift from God. He will see us through.
At the Celestial Church of Christ, the service begins with a candlelight procession as worshippers sing solemnly to usher in the new year. Praise is offered unto God as the worshippers look up to God for a better year.
You can't talk about peace without talking about security. It's when you are well secured, when your security is guaranteed, that is when you can talk about peace. So, about the peace of the nation, well, we call upon the Lord to help the president and his team to be able to put in place a good system for us that will provide a good security for this for the nation.
And we want to encourage everyone to be prayerful, not to lose hope, despite the challenges in the country. We believe in prayers, and it's our belief that things will work out well. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I do a new thing." Psalm 30 verse 5 says, "Weeping endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." We are crossing over into joy, into favor, into victory, into protection, into divine favor.
Prayers are also offered for the peace of Nigeria and the well-being of Nigerians.
Every non-discomfort, they are not permitted to follow you to this new year.
Just after midnight, Christian faithfuls ushered in the new year with fireworks.
Residents of Jos, the Plateau State capital, gathered in large numbers at the Secretariat flyover to celebrate the successful end of 2025 and usher in the new year. The crossover event featured music, dance, and a colorful Power Bikers parade as government officials and residents reflected on the outgoing year and expressed hope for 2026. Our correspondent Percy Debang reports.
It's a night of joy, gratitude and high expectations as residents converged on the Secretariat flyover in Jos, the Plateau State capital, to mark the end of 2025 and welcome the new year. The atmosphere is electric, with energetic dance performances and a thrilling Power Bikers parade that keep the crowd entertained. Though not physically present, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang addresses the gathering virtually, calling on residents to give thanks to God and look ahead with renewed hope.
Successfully seeing the end of 2025 and by the grace of God crossing over into 2026. We must give glory to God. We must say thank you to the Lord, and we look forward to 2026 with great expectations, with hope, and trusting that God will prosper our journey in 2026. I wish you a prosperous new year.
At the venue, government officials highlight gains recorded in the tourism and creative sectors, attributing the progress to deliberate policies of the state government.
2025 has been great. Great in the sense that we have seen a lift in the tourism sector on the plateau. We have seen a lift in the creative sector on the plateau. And this is basically because His Excellency has believed so much in tourism on the plateau. And what we're trying to do is to actually uplift the bar in terms of our delivery, events, and then some of the things that create experiences for people. And our expectation for 2026 is that what we have done in 2025 is just a preliminary, because we are going to go into the main deliverables in 2026. So 2026 is expected to be a great year. It's expected to be a year for Plateau State to show itself in terms of its tourism and cultural potentials in Nigeria.
For many residents, the celebration is also a moment of personal reflection, counting losses, victories, and new dreams for the year ahead.
2025 has never been easy, actually. It has been very rough, but in 2026, I'm actually hoping for the best. I'm actually hoping for open doors and a lot of excitement. I don't want it to be like 2025, seriously. I actually want it to be the perfect year for my life. I believe it's a change for me.
I am so happy for 2025. This year has been an amazing year for me. Like, I graduated this year. It has been an amazing year for me. And I'm expecting a success, a good life in 2026.
2025 has been a beautiful year, even though there were some ups and downs. But to God be the glory. God saw us through. In a nutshell, I would say it has been a beautiful year.
As the countdown ends and cheers fill the air, The Just Crossover celebration stands as a symbol of resilience, unity, and optimism, setting the tone for a prosperous 2026 for Plateau State and its people. Percy Dabang, Channels Television News.
More cheers for families in the North Central. 1,000 households selected across the 13 local government areas of Nasarawa State have received rice palliatives from Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. The gesture, which is distributed by the Christian Northern Nigeria Progressive Forum, is a support to enable them celebrate the Yuletide. Our correspondent Halima Gayam reports.
Christian households comprising widows, orphans and other groups receive rice palliatives. The gesture is courtesy of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, to help the beneficiaries celebrate the Yuletide. The distribution is championed by the Christian Northern Nigeria Progressive Forum.
We want to appreciate our mother, the mother of our nation, for her kind gesture, for giving us this opportunity. These rice distributions was given to this forum to share in commemoration of Christmas and New Year celebration. And that is why we have invited our members across the states and across the local government and various wards of Nasarawa State to come and receive this food item.
Beneficiaries say the action is first of its kind in the state, which they appreciate.
People from total local government are actually happy for what our mother have just given to us to celebrate New Year. In fact, this has never happened, but it's first in the history of Nigeria for a woman, the First Lady, to donate an item like this for the celebration. So people in total local government were actually happy.
The leaders of the political group promise unflinching support for President Bola Tinubu.
This organization is solidly behind this government. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, supported by his wife, that by 2027, we will all come from our wards, local government, states, to vote for him again, to give him this vote.
The palliative is shared to 1,000 households in the state, selected from the 13 local government areas. Halima Gayam, Channels Television News.
In Niger State, the government has marked the New Year's Day, ushering of the New Year Day by reaching out to patients in hospitals across Minna, the state capital, extending love, care and support to the vulnerable. The exercise was led by the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Hadiza Idris Kuta, who toured various hospitals to distribute items, welcome first babies of the year, popularly known as New Nigerites, and share words of encouragement with patients and their families. Meanwhile, wife of the Niger State Governor, Fatima Bago, represented by the wife of the Chief of Staff, Hajia Ramatu Batamangi, also joined the ministry to celebrate the New Year with patients and newborn babies in different hospitals.
The 2026 babies of the year, to welcome them and to show their parents love and care, and the Nigerites in the hospital to show them that the government is with them and will give them this support as we enter the new year, in the spirit of giving and sharing. The ministry has a lot in store for women and children this year, and this is what we started now, to start showing the vulnerable women and sick women that the government is there for them, to give them support.
It's the year of showing love and support, so we're here today to welcome the new babies and also to celebrate with those who are here. By the grace of God, they are not feeling so okay, so also wish them well and quick recovery.
Well, on a sad note, at least 7 persons have been confirmed dead following a deadly attack on Bom community in Chugwi, Jos South local government area of Plateau State, barely minutes into the new year. The Beram Youth's Molder Association said the attack, allegedly carried out by suspected armed bandits, occurred at about 11 p.m. on December 31, 2025, as residents were preparing to usher in the new year. Confirming the incident, the National Publicity Secretary of the Beram Youth Molder Association, Wang Tengwong, said the community was thrown into mourning at a time when others across the state were celebrating. According to the association, the attack occurred despite earlier security alerts warning that several communities in Jos South local government area had been marked for possible attacks. In the meantime, the insecurity situation in Kwara South Senatorial District has been described as worrisome that deserves urgent and holistic approach from both the state and federal government. This is the view of various speakers at the Omaron Day in Irepodun local government area of the state, where they noted that the economic well-being of the people is already being affected.
It is a yearly gathering of indigents of Omaron community to deliberate on the challenges confronting them, and especially the Kwara South in general.
We want to tell them that
the national president of Omaron Development Association condemned informants among the community who are sabotaging the efforts of the security personnel to flush out bandits. A stalwart of the All Progressives Congress, while commending the efforts of both the state and federal governments, believes more needs to be done.
We want to tell them that they should stop, because by God's grace, their secrets will be revealed and they will be exposed. They should not be informant to bandits. We should have the love of our town and our community.
The community will have to do a lot to make sure that they are conscious of their security. You know, they have the understanding of their local environment. They know the strangers that are coming here, and they need to make sure that they flag this to the necessary quarters, relevant quarters, when they notice abnormalities in that.
What is happening is most unfortunate.
The traditional ruler of the community laments that the economy of the zone has been affected due to banditry and urges the government to emulate other states that have procured drones to fight banditry.
There are good examples already laid in the country. The governor of Enugu State, he bought a drone that's almost the size of a jet that can capture almost 50-kilometer radius. The same thing happened in the southwest. And where these bandits are spotted, they go there to destroy them. The government, the federal government should help us. In the state where they are not able to buy, the federal government should help us. We are no more safe. We can't go to farm. We can't eat again. We are also doing something to save ourselves. No, we can't defend ourselves. Somebody holding a day gun to AK-47. You can imagine the gap. Now, that is why we are clamoring and crying to the federal government to please help us.
The people of the community believe that with the procurement of modern arms and equipment, the war against insecurity can be won.
Staying with security matters, stakeholders from Kababunu in Kogi State are making an urgent and emotional appeal to the federal government, seeking immediate intervention to halt the senseless violence that has claimed lives and crippled their way of life. The President General of Benue Development Association, Mr. Kolawole Folorunsho, stated this at a press conference held in Lokoja, the state capital. He calls on President Bola Tinubu, the Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo, and the security agencies to intensify efforts to salvage the people from bandits.
The insecurity affecting the people of Benue community in Kogi State has prompted this press conference in Lokoja, the state capital. Benue district, part of the larger Kababunu local government area, comprises 40 communities, with 21 recently facing security challenges from armed bandits, forcing many to flee.
We are appealing to the government agency, federal, state, local government, that they should come to our aid, because most of our community has been deserted. We talk of even Igori, we talk of Tata, we talk of Imu, so many villages. It has been deserted in our area.
The representative from the Benue Leaders Forum commends Governor Ododo's efforts in fighting banditry, but stresses that much more is needed as kidnapping persists.
It's also an opportunity for us to appreciate those who have been supporting us since the beginning of this crisis, particularly the governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Ahmed Ododo, ably assisted by the state security advisor, who is also our son. We know they are concerned and have been working so hard, but unfortunately, the problem persists. This is why we are calling to the world that the problem has not been solved. We need help.
In their separate speeches, the representative from the Benue Women Development Forum and the national president of Benue Students' Union advocate for the establishment of a community-based security network.
Many of our people have been killed, and this incident occurs almost every day in Bulunland with no action taken. Sadly, the chairman of our local government, Kababunu, has not come to sympathize with us. I think at this juncture, we need to speak the truth. What a disheartening sight that politics has been prioritized over lives. We call on the federal government to aid us. How long shall our lamentation continue?
As it is right now, we can't help ourselves anymore. We are calling on the state government, we are calling on the local government, we are calling on the federal government to please come to our aid. Our people are in captivities. Kidnappers have taken over.
Few months ago, the governor of Kogi State, Usman Ododo, was in Kogi West, where he met with the combined team of security agencies, given marching orders to go after the bandits.
The crisis we are faced with today is an inherited one by Mr. President. We all know. And what is the genesis? We need to tell ourselves the truth. What is the genesis? It is because we have neglected what we know how to do best for long. What God has given us as a state, the mineral deposits. Hence, the presence of these criminals. And now, they want to overrun us.
The local organizations and community leaders emphasized the need to rehabilitate displaced families and reinstate stalled development projects.
Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State has assured indigents of the state of sustainable development in 2026 as it welcomes them into the new year with a promise of building on the gains of his administration. The governor made these promises in his country home in Vandekia local government area of the state, where he signed the state's 2026 appropriation bill into law. He also pledged to sustain rural development in Benue State.
And lay a firm foundation for inclusive growth, especially for every citizen whose daily life and labor sustains the soul and economy of the state. I extend my heartfelt greetings and best wishes to every son and daughter of Benue State as we step into a brand new year of 2026. The past year came with its share of trials and triumphs. But through resilience, faith, and collective effort, we stood firm. The year 2025 tested our resolve in many ways, yet it also reminded us of who we are as Benue people. Hardworking, peace-loving, and deeply committed to progress. Despite challenges, we recorded steady gains in security, infrastructure, education, healthcare, and agriculture.
That's Newsroom series this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. Joker Rogers, Happy New Year once again.